You should know, depression sucks. Like it's the worst. If you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome to a brand new channel about life. My name is Nathan and this is Tell Your Story. Like you heard before, today's topic is depression. And I get asked the question all the time, is depression curable? Well, sometimes yes and sometimes no. There are people all over the place that have decided that all they need is a pill to take or somebody to talk to, that therapist that shares your goals in mind. In my experience, there were some dark days in my life when my vices had taken over, and the honest truth is I'm an alcoholic. Sometimes depression comes out of nowhere. For me, in the past, this was the worst place to be. Being stuck inside of myself is a danger zone. Trust me, a danger zone. And I'm not special by any means. I had the same symptoms that everybody else, suffers from. I came to conclusions that were never true. I had running thoughts that kept me awake at night. I decided to stay away from people. I don't like big crowds anymore, maybe as a teenager, but now when you get me around a lot of people that make me nervous, I just go nuts. What really kills me is those that can go through like a remission, and in my mind, a remission means that you might be depressed, but you have a way of handling it. And for those people that can handle it, that's impressive, but I'm not a normal person. My brain is naughty and mean, and sometimes ego takes over and I might think that I'm the highest on top of the world kind of guy, and then the next day I'm a piece of shit. And looking in the mirror can be the hardest thing in the world because I don't like what I see. The problem started with this guy. It wasn't alcohol, it wasn't family, everyone else. I like to play the victim card all the time where it was their fault that I was doing wrong. All the while, as it turns out, it was just me, nobody else. I was the one making things happen. And the deeper I went in here, the worse it got. I got physical trauma, of course the mental agony that comes with being depressed and shying away from others. There was no open dialogue with friends, family, or anyone else. And the truth is that sometimes it just pops up out of nowhere, and that's usually when I'm alone. Connection for me is the biggest thing. If I don't feel connected in any way to the world or the people around me, I draw back inside of me. So I was looking for answers. I didn't know where to find them. And then something happened. I guess I made a choice. And in here, I decided that I did matter. And to cope with life and all of its problems, I decided to open a dialogue. And that was with people like me. I found a couple programs, you may have seen them before in the Yellow Pages, where folks that had the same experiences that I did shared with me their time in depression. So I found some common ground with these folks, and suddenly everything was okay. I wasn't alone. I wasn't by myself with the weight of the world on my shoulders. And that was a good feeling. I don't think that, that dark side of my mind is ever going to go away. I don't think that you can cure a person of depression or mental thoughts that aren't there for normal people. I think really all normal people do have these feelings, but are afraid to share them, And when we opened that dialogue, all of a sudden I became a chatty Cathy with everything that was going on inside. The message here is that if you are depressed, if you're lost somewhere in the void of life, there's a bit of hope out there, and it's through other people. In all of the emptiness and all the suffering, Buddha says that life is suffering. In all of that agony, the one thing that we find most of the time is each other. Now, I'm not saying that going to a therapist is not a bad thing. Somebody with a degree might be able to help you better than, say, the neighbor next door, of course. But opening a dialogue with friends and family didn't hurt me. In fact, it gave me a bit of peace. peace of mind, which I'm telling you is a good thing. The question now is, do you have the strength to stand up and tomorrow see it as a brighter day? And that doesn't mean that you've got to go out there and change the world, but what it does mean is that somewhere deep inside, you've got to reach down and find a bit of happiness. If that means putting on a smile one day, maybe do that. Maybe go shake someone's hand, because I promise you the small things have a larger ripple effect than trying to be a superhero, because you're not here to save everybody. That's impossible. But maybe you can lift someone up in the process. Depression is a normal thing. Everyone, almost 50% of all people go through a form of depression at some point in their lives. So you are not alone. People out there are suffering day to day. You know, the question is, do you have the strength to move forward? And just like a depression, I might be sent into one if you don't like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, because maybe that'll help me with the algorithm. I'm just saying. I'm an example of somebody who is trying. Not to be cured, not to be fixed, but trying to move forward. And that's what this channel is about, where we discuss things that we've been through and to be honest and open-minded towards change. So I hope you keep watching, because there will be more to come, and hopefully more people to share their story, not just me, but also to spread a message of hope and happiness for the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Is it on? Oh, it is on.